So what you're about to see is just not serious. It's all parody. If there's any resemblance to actual real characters, it's truly just a coincidence, I promise. This week on Digital DIY, we're going to show you how to get rid of your farmer's tan. Is this your shirt?
Yes. We use this remote to transport the
What the hell is even that?
I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what?
We have a reputation to uphold.
Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car till you tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload.
They're gonna get so butthurt over this video. And they're just gonna be like, oh my God, I just want to put like all the bad comments in this video. And they're gonna be like, y'all shouldn't have done this, and it's horrible, and they're gonna be reporting the video even though we didn't show anything, and you had fun, right?
Yeah. And please don't call the cops.
To call the cops for what? We didn't do anything.
Like this bad video.
Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
That's right, Doug. What's up, peeps? See, we got everything lined up in here. Like I say, yeah, it definitely has been a bit. So, oh, I forgot to plug in my display in the back so it can flicker and drive y'all nuts. So how's everybody been? We didn't have anything too much planned. I had a crazy week back and forth from I guess I would say unexpected, but driving back and forth from Houston a couple times and staying at family members' houses, and then finally got back to normal on Friday and just been kind of mentally chilling out. So we went to I'll make sure we're all good. Looking at some stats. Yep, excellent condition. Went to a hospital visit that Monday morning for some issues my mom was having, and long story short, they said, "Hey, we got a spot open, so you're coming for triple bypass surgery on Thursday." So we had to hurry up and do a bunch of other different tests on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then finally she had the surgery on Thursday. So. Lego DeLorean? No, that's actually just regular it's just a regular little DeLorean. I forgot where I got it from. I guess I probably got it from Amazon or Walmart or something like that. I think it's the one for so it has the little blue. I know it's hard to see in the lights and stuff like that, but it has the little blue stuff. So I think it's for the Back to the Future 2. So big Back to the Future nut. So that's part of the thing. And that's one video I haven't put together was the build of all of that from circuit setup. So he has those actually full kits. And let me see. It's actually an ESP32, and he 3D prints them, and you have to put stuff on them and sand them down and paint them and put them together. And I kind of screwed up on one of the stickers, and then you got to kind of build the whole thing, and it was pretty cool to build everything. So, just it's unplugged. I've actually need to do my whole smart plug thing over there. I do have another deal I have with some other stuff, but not for that. So look, it's not going to turn on for some reason. I don't know why it does. I think that power supply is not enough juice, and it gets like the ESP32 gets hung up. Let's see if it'll work now. Usually it'll work on the second try, right? I gotta reboot things 2 or 3 times. So we'll see if it fires up. There we go. But then I want to play with the panels in there, which you saw kind of like in the little intro. The panels, those are I2C, and so it's all just Arduino code, and you can do different stuff with it. So I haven't done much with it, but I want to play around with changing the PWM rates and stuff. Maybe I can get it to not flicker on the camera, because it kind of gets a little flicker with it. So, but it's pretty cool. Big nut for the Back to the Future stuff. So first thing I wanted to get this damn thing out my living room is they did send it to me, and of course I'll say, hey, if you want to send me something, and I'll check it out. And I did listen to it. It was okay. And where's my other window? And I'll pull this up. So it's probably too expensive to ship overseas, and it does have a US plug on it. So keep that in mind. I mean, I don't know, it's the whole box is I don't know if you can see. Let's see if this will pull up. Come on, click in camera. There, that white box on my desk there. So it's a little subwoofer deal, 2.1 channel system, and I figured I'd give it away to somebody on chat. Like I say, it's too expensive to ship. I know that I don't even know if Amazon says how much it weighs. Let's see. Sometimes they list that stuff in the specs, but I don't see it there. So it's probably going to cost me probably $10 or $15 a ship to just the US, and it doesn't really make sense for like it's $100. I would say it's okay. I mean, the sound was okay. It's for a small living room, and it's not a wireless subwoofer. It's not going to really like wow you, but hey, if you've got some little junk speakers on your computer and you want to throw a little soundbar into your screen, or for the bedroom, is perfect for that. So I'll throw it out there to whoever wants to who wants to. I'll throw a label on it, ship it to somebody in the US, because it's just that's probably gonna be $50-$60, if not more, to ship. So most porn is in stereo, and you got to get the lows right to get the good thumps out of it. So if you put that extra bass on it, get that extra thump out of it, you can just get that dump. It just depends on what's going on, right? Pick your poison. So it says on here, active timeout. Yeah, we'll get that ass slapping. So I'm sure I've talked plenty enough to I had to approve your comment, not G10. So we probably went a little more loose than some other live streams, but who the hell cares, right? Most of us are probably in the same demographic age range that yeah, I know the demographics. I look at them every once in a while. So mostly male, adult males. So it may be a few kids. The topic. So if you're joining in, we talked about some Back to the Future stuff. And I know I would say BTF, but then some of them might turn into some other acronym with the porn and stereo. But yeah, so this was that I had, they sent it to me, and so we'll do a quick thing. It was okay, and that's, you can't really say like, hey, here's what it sounds like on a YouTube channel. Well, that's I think that's dumb when people try to show you what something sounds like on a YouTube channel. But it's okay on the sounding. So there's my review of it. Is it worth $100? Because I know they have a $30 coupon. Probably not. I would probably, if you're gonna spend $100 on a speaker or something, probably stick to some more name brand and get a subwoofer that's wireless. That way you can put it behind the couch or behind the bed or whatever, something like that. So if anybody wants this crap, like I say, it's just US only because of the weight. And I got to fork over the additional shipping to ship it out to you guys. So, yeah. The speaker it is a speaker, but the two speakers come where you put them together and twist them. So at first I was like, how the hell is it in this small box? But it's so you twist them together. So I'll go ahead and roll it here in we'll get about 20 seconds with a delay here. And there's not that many of us out there, which is totally fine. And Flying Moose, is it getting in there? There it goes. Look at that Flying Moose. So send me a switch instead. What switch? It's probably something I need to do, and I've just been procrastinating like everything else is, and we'll hit the button. Looks like Matthew Jones. So you're getting the speaker instead if you want. If you don't want it, just I'll hit the button. And I'll re-roll it. Probably something I need to do is probably get rid of a bunch of other crap that I have hanging around, like switches and stuff wise. I just got too much stuff that I probably will never use. So, okay, we'll re-roll it again. Sounds good. Raspberry. I don't know if it was Raspberry. 420. Was Raspberry, I don't know if he was US based or not, and I have no idea. I got nothing against anybody internationally, but it's just freaking international prices to ship probably 10, 15 pounds would eat a hole in the damn thing. So speak up, Raspberry. Speak up. Come on, it's live. You know it's live. Age in years, not in maturity. So I guess while Raspberry is trying to find his keyboard, crap dump party. It's not totally crap. So it's okay, I guess, for free. So where you at, Raspberry? Somewhere in the US where we can afford to ship this thing, I hope. Throw it in your garage or something like Flying Moose says. I'm sorry I don't have anything else really to give away type thing. So I'm not totally prepared. I probably will go through my crap eventually and we'll maybe some switches or stuff and plugs. I got way too many of them I'm just not going to use. And maybe they, of course, would be pre-flash. So we'll do that. So, there you go, Raspberry. Raspberry, send me a message on Discord and I'll send it out to you. So enough about that. The main topic of the thing, which I'm probably not gonna get to like flashing it, is I don't know if you've seen we talked about this. Anybody want some instant giveaways? Yeah, exactly. I do appreciate it, Matthew. So, um, if I covered this back in what it was like right at New Year's that we saw these things hit the FCC, and I haven't seen the other sensors that, and they don't have them listed here yet. They have some sensors coming up with the like I think it was like a motion sensor and yeah. It was the, let's see. Yeah, it was the door. They have a new door window sensor, a motion sensor, and a temperature humidity sensor. And yeah, the motion sensor absolutely just sucked. That was in my previous video like last year that did like 6 or 7 motion sensors. Yeah, and I didn't even review it this time again in my little recent lineup because it just sucked so bad. So I'm curious, but this one's not out yet. Is the new motion sensor, the door sensor? I haven't seen it yet. The humidity sensor or the button. But the Zigbee Bridge Pro is out. And the Zigbee Bridge Pro, you may be saying, well, what's the difference? And you can see it's actually sitting on my desk here. I have not had the time to go through and pin it out. Let's see, desk. Let's see. I have not had the time to go through and pin the thing out yet, and I'll see if I got to figure out where my other video is. Is it this one? No. It should be. Yeah, that one. There we go. Need to actually name those. Yeah. You can get me distracted here, but that's fine. Always, if you have a significant other, and not judging, so whatever gender it is, always try to work in the word moist in some sort of conversation, because especially, I don't know, it freaks my wife. She's just like, stop using that word. So always trying to figure out, and then what's even worse, I'll even get Owen, is very innocent, 7-year-old, and get him to work in the word moist at times. So it's fun times. So the difference with this one, yes, I saw the message on Discord. Got you down. So I'll leave that open. So I'll get you. So the difference with this one is they went with the same chip that they went with their USB coordinator. It's the CC2652. And yeah, they do have a battery on it. So, yeah, so the battery is down there at the bottom. And I guess I should be a pro YouTuber or something. I don't know. Is one thing it is different. This is me totally screwing me up. Is that the chip right there is an ESP32, and they did pin them out. There's GPIO 0, ground, TX, RX, 3v3. And the cool part about it is that if we want to flash the thing, and I have done a backup just to see if the chip was locked, because it's ESP32, you do have the ability, that's one of the security features, is they can like disable the bootloader totally. They can lock the flash, etc. Well, I didn't see any of that, and I was able to back things up, which was cool. So I'm probably pretty sure that we should be able to flash whether Tasmota or ESP Home on it. And so that the other module in there is, and I'll get to that question, SHB, because that's kind of my closure on this, is like the why. That's going to be kind of what my thing. I may do a video full on this once I do pin some stuff out on it. It is ESP32. There's a button on it. I guess that's what they're doing, is a real-time clock on it. Like I know James was asking. It is CC2652, which if you've watched a bunch of my videos, the CC2652 is an awesome chipset for doing Zigbee. It's made by Texas Instruments, and it just works. It's supported in ZHA. It's supported in Zigbee to MQTT. It's probably one of the most sought off. I'm thinking of shotguns or something. Sought out chipsets to be used with Zigbee to MQTT, and so it's cool that they're using that now. And I'm curious to see how that works out in their battery-powered sensors. But again, as you can see, this is Wi-Fi. So there's you can see this. This is the Wi-Fi over here. That little angle thing is kind of you can see that on some of the ESP chips. And then this whole module here is that SM031 module is just the Zigbee module. So it's going to be Wi-Fi. The thing is with that is if you have a specific reason why you like have to have a Wi-Fi based Zigbee coordinator, then this would be it. The previous Sonoff Zigbee Bridge with that EFR chipset, it was just, it was okay on, 10, 20 sensors at most. They say 128 with this one, I guess because that better chip. But, yeah, if you want to go, if you really want like the best, I know I pick on that word a lot. If you want the best, and these aren't the only ones. If you want a good Zigbee coordinator, let's see. The reason why I'm coming here to Cloud Free, I know he had these for cheaper. And just to show you, I'm not Sonoff. Let's see. Zigbee Sonoff. Do they even have the adapter listed? I don't even see the adapter. There it is. You can see it's $34 US, at least on Amazon.com. And they might be a little cheaper in IT, but that's US. If you look on Cloud Free, and I'll throw all the links down there as well, is Cloud Free. I think he's just still charging $5 shipping. So you can get it. I think he ships out of some of them here, Indiana area, and he ships rather quickly, and I'll support the local guy doing his thing. I know he doesn't make them, but he must have bought a ton of them while they were cheaper before Sonoff went up on them. And these things are freaking amazing. The Sonoff Zigbee ones. I mean, there's a bunch of other ones that you can get. I'm trying to get the link for you guys and gal, if there's a gal out there. If there's a bunch of other ones out there. Let's see. This one, copy link. Did I get it right? I think I did. Maybe not. Okay. I think it's supposed to be a ref or something. I think is what it's supposed to be. Let me see if that link works. But if not, no big deal. But basically that coordinator is just with that CC2652. It's USB. You're going to remove that failure link of Wi-Fi. And because you do have Zigbee that's on 2.4 gigahertz. You could have them stepping on each other if you don't coordinate it correctly. And I would just say go with the coordinator of, not the terminator, but the coordinator of USB. There's some other ones out there. What was it? Electro Llama? He has a CC2652R. I don't know if he's gotten the other ones going. The R doesn't have as high of an output. You can crank the output a little higher with the CC2652P. But that's going to be like the same processor speed. That's the key to it. There's several of them out there. I've probably lost count of all of them. If probably your best bet is you go over to supported adapters on Zigbee to MQTT. I can't say I've never experienced the ConB. I know it is supported in Zigbee to MQTT, but it's kind of not the one I see everybody using. I never owned both, so I just really can't say. I mean, they recommend, the developer of Zigbee to MQTT, and he knows his shit, is he recommends this CC2652-1352, which also works fine out of the box with ZHA. So you want to go that route as well. So there's a bunch of them out there. Just I stick to the CC2652P. There's another one I do highly recommend is Tubes. He has some the same, you'll notice the same chipset, CC2652P2. This is power over Ethernet, and so it's an Ethernet based one. Pretty cool little design. It's going to be the same little chipset design, but it is power over Ethernet. But you do pay more for it. You can see it's $78. So I do believe he ships out of the Northeast U.S. I know he ships international, but I don't know. You know, you go dig through his stuff. So there's tons of different ones. Now he does do also USB for cheaper. So he's got the Ethernet USB coordinator a little cheaper if you don't want to need power over Ethernet, etc. So highly recommend Tube. He's got good customer service. So, but yeah. So that's a long story of, so I do like that they have switched to that chipset, but the why, I don't think a lot of us are going to be for the target for it. Now that things are different, and I know probably 2 years ago, we couldn't find, it was like trying to find a Zigbee coordinator, and it was like, you couldn't find any. Nobody there. Now they're like, even though there are still chip shortages and everything, there's tons of people making those things. So it's kind of cool little device. I think possibly maybe a decent usage out of it. I know this is probably not their intention, is to flash a router firmware to it, and do make sure that you have them on different channels. Just flash a router firmware to it, and then we could use the ESP32 for like doing some Bluetooth stuff. I don't know. We'll see how that works. So let me catch up on that thing. Oh, okay. He's got the Sonoff Black stick. Okay. Is that the Sonoff Black dongle? Okay. I do appreciate. Okay. See, Kosid or Kosid, however you say his name, I screw it up. It definitely has some experience with the ConB too. Yeah, and definitely put the latest Z Stack. There's no problem on it. I think it's February is the version number. That's the one I have. So I thought it was kind of cool. I don't know if y'all wanted to mess around with actually. I haven't seen what they want the stock stuff to do. we can mess around with it and see. Otherwise, I don't want to sit and bore y'all trying to pin this thing out and figure out the RX, TX lines and everything for the serial pass through. That would be a very boring live stream. Not that they're probably all boring. Let's see. That's the wrong one, Travis. Drink some more tea. Let's see if we can drag this in. All right. I have not powered the thing up. And I'll try to make this larger, but I know y'all watching on phones are probably going to be like, it's freaking small. That's what she said. Or not what she said. Let's see if I need a USB cable. Show us the smoke. The anti-moist. My phone's gonna keep going to sleep. It's funny, they actually used like the same case. They used the same Sonoff case and everything, which makes sense. I mean, they've got the same molds. So I'm trying to snag the USB cable. I think I have one over here. So one thing I bet you they do have, I bet you they do have Bluetooth pairing. And I know y'all just saw my pin, but this is just my burner phone. Because I don't have eWeLink on my regular phone. How do we even add? I guess add device. We'll try Bluetooth pairing. Let's see what happens. Sure, you can do it. Okay, connect. We'll see. Where's the desk? I'll throw them up. This is another. Temporary Wi-Fi ID that I turn on for live streams, but we'll do it off camera anyway. All right. Device adding successfully. All right. Show us some smoke. Okay, is that USB-C? Oh, yeah. I've gotten so many. I wore this shirt in the hospital going through, and I had just so many different like nurses and like, oh, I love that freaking shirt. I guess they did with all the legal crap all the time, and all right. Let me put the phone down. New firmware. I did back this up, so let's just go to let this update. Current version. General. We'll let it update. It'll take several minutes. Why? Guess what? I can talk for several minutes. That's not a problem. What's up, Cyber Home? I don't have any affiliate links on Woot, and Woot's. I got it. Like every once in a while, Woot has those. They'll have those deals where it's like, you know, you can get like 3 shirts for like $30 or something like that, and so I'll end up getting some different shirts for like me or my son, my wife, etc. And she may not always like the shirts, but hey, well, we can go look. Let's go see. Terms and look at that. Somebody else has searched for it. Nope. There it goes. Look at that. There you go. It was cheaper. It's not, I guess $20 for a shirt's not too bad. But yeah. But I just a lot of times if you do wait, you can find a lot of the deals on Woot to get some cool shirts. So, but it's kind of a. It looks. I say it looks normal on my camera. Yeah, it's kind of that grayish, and that's about what it looks to the eye, especially on my screen. So. So what streams you do, David? Oh, feel free to plug. I don't care.
So what you're about to...
Oops, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Let's see if we are done with the update. I need to change my lock timeout. It's just a... Damn, that thing got a big old upgrade, I guess. What do we have this timeout set for? Is it lock? Oh, lock after screen timeout. "5 seconds. Who the hell did that crap? Do 10 minutes. How about that? Sounds good to me. Oh, that's cool. Full grain. Damn, that's a big old update. Is it really taking that long? Oh, 90%. Okay. So what else is going on in the world while we wait on our... I don't have any... I don't think I have any Sonoff... That's what I'm curious of. Is why I'm even going through this. Is I know I've had somebody ask, well, what other devices does it support? There's no SIM card in it either, Neil. And look, it's still going out. I guess that's the... Oh, that's the lock. That's the screen timeout. Oh, at the top, including this one, agree to the extended turnaround time. And then you're going to wear that shirt? That's great. So... Let's see. Maybe I can force it to refresh? The light's just on solid. No. You're not supposed to read websites, dude. When you're ordering something, you just go through and you just click next, right? And then you... Oh, wait. And you wait for the red blocks. What did I screw up? Type in some more stuff. Hit next. Oh, it tells you you forgot something else. So that's what... Yeah. Flying Moose, I have not... I've seen the stuff for the Tasmota safe mode. I've only read a couple things on it, and it looks to be like a dual like partition. That's gonna drive me nuts. Why is it doing? Oh, that must be on the battery sections. can never remember. Where's the timeout? Maybe just do screen. Display timeout. There we go. 30 seconds. We'll put that 10 minutes as well. We plugged up, bro. Upgrade failed. Failure. Oh, we'll just use it anyway. So the safe mode stuff. Oh, but it says latest version. What the hell? I don't get that. It shows it upgraded. So I guess they're trying to go through. What's up, Dr. Xfex? Is the I'm curious to see if it does add some other devices. But before we jump off, I know we're jumped off on other things. Is was it the safe mode? I remember seeing it in here, the ESP32. It's like I was seeing it about the save, add the GUI information to save boot. I haven't messed with it yet. Have you messed with it, Flying Moose? No. The Raspberry, no, just I don't like the door sensors. The door sensor's okay, I guess. The door sensors, I don't like the motion sensor. It has some issues. And then, what was the other one? The door, the motion. They have another one. The button. I guess the temperature humidity is okay, but in my area, I was able to blow out. It was humid here. It would saturate the humidity very easily. It's like it would get to 100 before something else and just peg out. So, thank you, David O. I appreciate it. We're going to put that towards the shipping of the box for Raspberry. No, just kidding. But I still got to pay for it, though. The door... I don't really like I'm hoping they can pull the nose up with their newer sensors and get around the issues that they've had with their previous line. It's kind of like the first generation of Aquaria ones were okay, but now they've gotten better. Same kind of the same deal with Sonoff Zigbee. Back to the safe mode thing. I haven't messed with it yet, Flying Moose. I have been out of town and stuff and everything. I was kind of reading about it, and it was like that it would be if it looks like they had a failure. It would switch over to another partition, I'm thinking kind of like a recovery partition, almost like on say a stock HP or a Dell, where you can hold down like F8 and it has that other partition where it'll put it back like it was out of the box with Windows. Kind of thinking it's something like that, but I just haven't had time to mess with it. So, I'm curious to see if this thing will add any other devices that are not Sonoff, because I don't know if I have any. I do have some. Oh, so you actually ran into it. That's cool. I am trying to pair a Treat Life motion sensor it's just Tuya based. I wonder if it'll actually pair with it. I doubt it will. I'm curious to see if there's some other devices will pair with it. I'm sure they want you to just stay in their ecosystem. So interesting. But I actually have an Aquaria temperature sensor outside as well, and that's where I noticed it was pegging out the humidity for me, as I had those two together, and that was, I would notice it, like the Sonoff Zigbee one, the Sonoff motion temperature sensor would get to 100% and just peg, and the Aquaria one would kind of get there and then come back down. And once I did get around the issues of no, it didn't pair. Once I did get around the issue of making it happy with a good router out there, because that sticky weird issue with Aquaria, every once in a while it does fall off the network. That's just Aquaria being Aquaria, and I'll go fix it, once every couple of months just by pairing it back up. But I don't have it out in the rain. So, okay. Yeah, this one was just a regular, whatever Aquaria, I'm not sure the exact model number. So, yeah, it does not like that. I got one other Zigbee device we'll try. I don't know if I have one. Let me see. In my box of junk that I threw in here. What if we'll pair up? Let's try a Hue one. Go pair up a Hue. Well, it's about the timeout. I'm sure they want you to all buy Sonoff stuff, because they would have to write the things for all the devices, which is not going to be good. Oh, Neil, it will do eventually that. Yeah, it will do Zigbee to MQTT, but I need to flash Tasmota to it. I do have, see, like this was, I was doing the backup. You can see it. I did two backups, Zigbee Bridge Pro, and I did two backups of it just so I can make sure before I did pair it up. And so the ESP32 is alive. It does let us back up the firmware on it. I just didn't flash it yet. It's not as easy with 8266 trying to find the RxTX pins. But eventually I will pin it out, and it should work with just serial pass-through using either ESP Home or the Tasmota on it. So, but I was just curious to see what I don't have many Sonoff sensors. I may have a door sensor somewhere buried in here, but I'm not going to dig through it and bore you. And I have a bunch of plastic rattling going on. They did send a couple other things I'm kind of curious of. Why is Matt saying it's over? It's not over. Yeah, mine's not out in the rain. Mine's actually, I mean, really, temperature, humidity sensor. That's out in the rain. Mine's not out in the rain for that. Mine's under an overhang, and so, but it does. it's been out there for several seasons, and it's lived. But I'll go ahead and give away something up because I probably won't get to it for a bit. Is my new an install that I did. I'm looking for the picture. Let's see. And some of you may recognize it once I show the picture. I don't know if anybody will recognize that. We'll see how quick people are. Now that one's definitely out in the rain. But the light bulb changer. I will tell you it is pricey, but man, I'm more of a weather nerd, and it is pretty cool. So, but like I say, I'm a weather nerd. It's nuts. The whole like sensor thing and everything. Tempest. No, I'm not quitting drinking. I'm drinking right now. What the hell are you talking about? Okay, this weather flow, not just Tempest. Okay. And but they have, let's see if we can zoom in. Is it gonna let us zoom in? No. Let's see, open. Can we just like open this other thing? I just want to open that one element. So if you can't read, I know it's has a light sensor on top, haptic rain sensor, temperature, humidity, all kinds of stuff. And I have it fed. Here's the cool part. It is fed into Home Assistant. And the cool part is there's a guy that wrote a y'all got me way off on this thing. But hey, whatever. We're talking about temperature humidity sensor. Where is he at? Yeah. He's got a Docker container out there. I have it running on my Unraid box, but it runs on, he has it as an add-on as well. And it's pretty slick. He's done a really good job at it. It picks up the sensor data locally. Now you do feed the cloud to like the whole thing a deal, but I guess if you didn't really want to, you didn't have to. But it does pick up the data locally. So, and it's all your data, and it's pretty damn slick, and the app works pretty well. And it's fed through MQTT. I took out a lot of them, but, so you can see the temperature stuff, like it got up to what, 90 today. It definitely comes in here and just, it nags me a lot with the dew point, this oppressive stuff, uncomfortable, oppressive. He ordered 5. Why would you order 5? The illuminant stuff is pretty cool. So you can see it was probably somewhat cloudy today. I guess you could see someone they got like solar the UV, there's solar illumination. There's some other stuff. I hid some of the stuff I didn't need. There's the voltage, it charges itself up. It's pretty cool. The rain intensity. Let's see, rain rate. Let's see. It was pouring down freaking rain on Thursday, I think. Yeah. So Thursday, was it May? That was May 13th. This is kind of cool. I'm a big weather geek on this stuff. I guess because I have a lot of hurricane stuff. And so let's see, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And no, I'm not trying to sell y'all the $300. Trust me, it is kind of expensive for a weather station. But I compared it to some other ones I was looking at, and there's no moving parts to this thing, and it's pretty slick. So, and I will say this is it's pretty slick the way it picks up the rain, by the rain tapping on the top of it, and it determines how much rain, and they've been constantly tweaking that from what I've been reading. And when you feed into the cloud, there's a map of a bunch of different other Tempest Weather Flow sensors, and it kind of uses all of them to figure out the weather. And you can also feed Weather Underground if you want, and then you can see your stuff on Weather Underground. Yeah, I did find some other sense. Like I say, there's the beauty of this is there's no moving parts to it. Let's see if I can find the picture again. There's no moving parts to it, that was a big thing on my part. Now, one thing I did have birds landing on mine. And I would be like, rain. I'd get a notification. It's raining. And so I did buy, it looks like a little rubber band that goes around it. And those are like they're little metal spikes that just go around the outside so the birds won't land on it. So I did have some birds landing on mine. You may not have that issue. Oh, thank you, Eric. I do appreciate it. So, but it has a couple different mounts. There's a mount for doing on a fence post, if you can get it away from things. Just depends on your area, because you kind of want it to be where it's going to catch the most wind, and then you also want it to be in the sun. So, but it does pressure, the light, temperature, humidity. What's pretty badass is the lightning. And it's like, there's been several times it's like, and I'll have notifications on my phone. It's like lightning 20 miles away. And I'm like, really? What the hell? And I'll pull up my weather radar and like, sure enough, there's a thing coming through or whatever. And it's pretty good about how just telling you the distance of the lightning, which is pretty nuts. So they have some teardowns of people, I guess, inadvertently tearing them down on the forums I was digging through, where people they've dropped them, and the bottom, a lot of people mount them on using on chain link fence, the top rail post, and they'll just go to like Home Depot or Lowe's, and you'll mount them up away from things, just so you're not getting impacted from. I put mine higher up on that PVC because I think I was getting some off of the roof. So, oh yeah, see, I'm happy with it too. But Byron, it's insane how it works to get the wind. I don't know if you can see under here. There's 4 little sonic sensors under there, and it determines the wind gusts and everything, and it's pretty good. So. Yeah, the unit, you can get them directly from their website. They had a special going on Earth Day. There's the link again on Amazon. They have it Prime, so if you really don't like it, I guess you got to return it. So yeah, it's over $300. Let's see. I want to see. Looks like they're $329 on their website as well. But everyone at CO talks about how great it is in CO. I was impressed on how many people had them, and then of course I saw that someone made a Docker container that would load it straight into Home Assistant with doing MQTT. It kind of knocked out a bunch of issues with me of like. Hey, I can use it for seeing the illumination and stuff, and the rain. And I'm just a weather geek as well, so it's pretty cool about what the let's see. Yeah, so you can see some of the wind gusts, wind averages, and of course that's all stuck together. So LA got Mardi Gras. What protocol? I'll link his thing to it, and I need to put this in my links of there's the little GitHub deal. That's a whole. Now I just picked up the Docker container. He's got a straight add-on for like with the instructions of how to do it under Home Assistant supervised and everything. It's auto discovery, so you just go put it in there and put in a few things, and boom, it pops into your Home Assistant. It's pretty slick. Yeah, I was not my intent, James, at all to try to sell you any $300 weather station. I'm trying to think, there's another weather station that I compared. Was it so if you wonder what the protocol, what's your protocol? There is a little hub that is 2.4 gigahertz. The little hub, it has 2.4 gigahertz from the little hub, no Ethernet on it. It does have Bluetooth, so like if your phone accesses over Bluetooth, but the transmission link from the hub to the weather sensor is 900 megahertz. So, yeah, there you go. Jesse's got it right there. I'm assuming they have, let's see. I'm assuming they have like, I'm going to just show you. Let me zoom out. You would think they have to have the 868 they use in the EU or in other areas, because I know they flip flop because the cellular bands. But look how many they have across. That was insane to me. I'm assuming they do something different across the pond, because they have them over here as well. So they must have an international version that has, that they use the 800 megahertz side of things, I'm assuming. So, but yeah, they've got them all over the frickin' place, as you can see. Philippines, not too many in China. So, got some in Hong Kong. So, not too many over there. Bunch in Hawaii. But, pretty cool. Little box. So, yeah. And I have a lot of interference on 900 megahertz, and I haven't had any issues with this thing. So, I've been pretty impressed with that. And this whole, you don't have to share on this map. You can pick to opt out not to share on this map if you don't want to do. But it's been a pretty impressive weather station. I'm trying to think what's the other weather? There's another one. Who's the other one? Trying to think what's the other big ambient weather. That's the other one. If you look at ambient, this is kind of what made me go. I looked at ambient weather. Yeah, I can link that map. Let's see. Yeah. I looked at ambient weather stations. One that didn't have the moving parts. And I mean, they do the ultrasonic, but I think even their rain, they use the old, I wouldn't say older, but this typical style where it fills the cup up and tips, and that's how it measures. So you get a delay on that. You really don't get that delay on this one, but It's not going to be as accurate, but I think they kind of merge them all together, and that's how they come up with that accuracy. But I mean, this one was like 439. There was another one I was looking at, it was over 500. So it kind of, when you go back, the other ones are not too bad. So yeah. There was another company I was looking at too, that had, and I really liked the not moving parts because I didn't want to take anything down or get tore up or whatever. So, even catch the tire pressure. Yeah, I've done that actually with Echo Wit. Is that, I'm spelling it right? Yeah, I haven't tested any of these other ones or anything, so I can't say, hey, is it better or anything. From the spec, Tempest transmits data to the hub via low power. Yep, 915, 868, 920. So yeah, they have to have. I mean, just look at the map. I don't think they would have to. They would go in there. There's other countries in. Yeah, I did mount it above the roof line. If I can see, I can get a better picture. Let's see. I actually, let's see if this is going to be a little better. I had it mounted on a fence post, but then it was kind of in the shade, and look, I pulled the same picture up. That's that board. This is a little, I know the perspective is kind of throws you off, but I did buy their little, it almost looks very similar to like a satellite dish mount, but I didn't like the height of it. And so what I did is I made, it's kind of hard to tell with the zoom on here, is I took, this is actually electrical tape just to give me a little more, take a hair, make it a hair bit bigger. It was a little loose for me. And then I ran some self-tapping screws through this coupler and then put glued PVC into it. And then this was just a joint of PVC that I put it on. Now, of course, if I'd have had a good fence post away that just didn't have a big tree, it would have worked better. So I know some people, I saw some people, they got a whole thread of how people mount the thing, and it's pretty insane. But I did go read. I probably overthought it as well a lot. I think they have like a whole thread of, let's see. Where's the forums? I'll just Google it, right? Weather Flow Forum. Cagenomics. That's it. It's a good term there. I want to say they had a whole thing of install pictures. Photos of installation at that's their older one, the Sky, and yeah, that's way back. That's 18. Is this it? No. I can't find it right now. But on their forum, they had a whole thread, and it was just everybody posting pictures of where they mounted the thing and on chimneys and stuff. And it had a lot of good ideas of what people found didn't like and they did like. So this is the older. Oh, here it is. Photos of Tempest installations. Yeah. So this was a very good thread of, what, people were posting pictures of and putting above roof. I kind of went through, and that's kind of what I did. I didn't like it being this close to the roof line for me, and so that's why I went a little higher. But of course, the higher you go, you're gonna get more wind and stuff like that. So I know some people were even taking that fence post, that's that top rail, a chain link. If you just go to any hardware store, you can find it. They would put that actually mounted on the side of the house, much like they did like a TV antenna. This one, don't do this, because the actual vibrations, you don't want it vibrating by, like, kids playing. I thought it was a good idea, but it's just not. It's going to vibrate because the kids on the swings and stuff's not a good idea. So yeah, there's a bunch of. I spent probably way too much time reading on this stuff. But it was pretty cool. That on top, is that an Omni antenna? Where you talking about my picture? Or this? This was the bird stuff, just the bird spikes, like you see in like a lot of downtown areas where they don't want pigeons and stuff, just on things. So yeah, that's just a little rubber band that goes on top just so the birds wouldn't land on it, and it activate and give you some sort of rain detection because there's birds resting on top of it type thing. So, but yeah, this is 2 other Omnis on the house for me behind there if you really want to look and see. It uses a kid's home and play sensor. We could just attach some sort of Zigbee vibration sensor for that, right? It's a lot cheaper. So, but I'll link that there as well. I have room up there for more. Yeah, I've got a couple ADS-B antennas up there, and we got way off on stuff. Way down that rabbit hole, which is cool. I mean, I do like the weather stuff. I did want to look to see how this worked. I did not even open it yet. I don't know if anybody has seen those. I know we're changing subjects here, so I guess if you have any other weather crap or whatever, let me know. We'll jump back to that, I guess. I didn't see weather, Tempest. Like I said, and you can feed Wonderground with it if you like. I do. I know there's some people hate on Wonderground. I know there's a lot of hate after IBM bought them, but I don't know if they sell these on Amazon. The accessories there's the bird deterrent and the universal mount, and then they also have a power booster, I guess, if you don't have enough solar to keep it going. Someone has weather mattered. I don't want to say that one a bunch. I don't know if they have the other accessories. Davis is the other one. Yeah, look at the date. Like, now I know there's Davis some that has these screens and stuff, but there's no screen to this one. You just have to make your own screen with Home Assistant. You can probably make something prettier than that anyway, right? Yeah, I didn't see. I don't see him having the accessories. And like I say, you don't really need the. I bought the bird deterrent later. So, and that was just because it activated one time, and I was like, oh nope, that's it. I'm buying the bird deterrent, And so yeah, it if they do free shipping, but I guess if you buy Amazon, I get a little kick off of the Amazon affiliate there. So you pick your poison, whichever you like to do. It's up totally. I don't care. They do if you buy from their website, they do ship out of Florida. So, of course, of all weather states, right? Out of Florida. What else? What else do we want to talk about? Yeah, they do. I do get if you do feed Wonderground, you do get that API key. So yeah, yeah. That the day I looked at a couple other weather stations because I was like, oh, the Tempest, whatever. And I'll blame some of the guys on Discord. They were talking about that on my Discord, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. And then I had some funds that I had from some other thing. I think it was from Shelly I had. And I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and buy it. It bought most of it. So the other thing I was curious of, and I know I like camera. We do have a couple Florida men here. I don't know if you've seen the they have a smart home camera, but I haven't. It says $27, but is it a cloud-based camera? Your HOA would shoot it down. I don't know. You can find a spot to put it in, though. You don't have to have it over your roof line. I just had a big ridge of trees, though, and I actually had it at the corner of my property on top of I don't know, what's your standard privacy wooden fence, 7-8 foot. I had it on top of that fence post, and I just had it up like I don't know, 6 inches on top of that, and it did fairly well. It's just that spot I had it in the evening. My neighbor has some large pine trees to the west of there, and that was causing me some issues. So you can really put it's wherever. I didn't know. Okay, look, it's answering my question right here. I'm kind of curious to see if how this stuff is going to work out. Scene linkage with alarm when the garage door opens. I don't know. I guess for 27, I don't know what it would be for it. By the time I did shipping for it. What? I just hit add to cart. What the hell? Oh, I guess I should put the quantity, right? Add to cart. Yeah, tell them it's an antenna. Because you do have the OTARD rules. If I've actually helped some people fight that before with HOAs. But if you go down that road, make sure everything else is in line. Yeah, see, it's good. They actually have to allow satellite dishes. I want to see how much they charge for shipping on this. Yeah, it's not that big. I mean, I don't know. They got to be charged for it. Let's see. I'm an ADD on this big time. I'm not going to enter that stuff in. It probably... I don't know if it's worth it. If the I'll have to see if the camera's worth it. So yeah, and James that's exactly what I was talking about. Is make sure all your other stuff is in line before you fight the HOA. But if you have to ever fight go Google for the FCC OTARD rules. You can actually allow certain satellite dishes up to, I think, 1 meter. unless they've changed the rules. And there's different antennas and everything. Now you do have to have some rules that you can't just go put a satellite dish in your front yard unless it doesn't work in your backyard. But actually, a friend, a guy way back, he actually ended up end of the day with like 3 different satellite dishes on his house for different services just to piss off the HOA. So, but these are smaller than a satellite dish, so. Let's see. Where is... Let's go over here right quick. This is my last little thing. Well, IT did send this to me. Sorry about that. Let's see how this camera will get the first looks at this thing. Is the cam slim? How slim is it? Is the key. Oh, it is USB-C. Interesting. I saw they had the FCC internals on it, and it had like a Realtek Wi-Fi chipset to it. It's kind of weird. I guess it's meant for like a bookshelf or something. I'm kind of curious to see. You're probably going to have to put it in the cloud. Now, will it... Oh, well, look, it just pops right out. Will it work with being blocked? Because I prefer some of the like Daiwa Amcrest stuff that you can... a lot of some of those are Ethernet. And once you do pair them... they work, without you can block them. Let's see what I'm missing on. Oh, no. Oh, he reviewed the camera. Was it crap?
Please wait for internet connecting.
Wear pants while walking the dog. Yeah, I've actually had just some crazy HOA stuff that I've known that people have had issues with. I've even had the crazy people they would take pictures because their kids left their shoe in the front yard. Yeah, the USB plate is weird. I probably gonna go with I mean, it's a cheap camera, but I know, yes, this is a junk phone, so don't worry about it. I just typed in my PIN code. Is it Bluetooth? I don't even know how to pair it. We'll see. Or is it probably wants to scan the QR code? Do they do QR code? Maybe I should read the instructions. See, I killed the good conversation with this stupid camera. We had good weather conversations going on, right? Oh, it wants sound pairing. Please restore the camera. Oh, that's annoying. we will save that for another time. Because I am not going to sit here and listen to that sound on a live stream and put that yeah, we're going to pass for now. Does have a little micro SD card, but it sure is little bitty. Especially when you put it next to my big ass head. So, no, see, I think about that, David, is before the live stream, I actually go activate another SSID. You better hurry up and drive over here before I disable that other SSID. So this is kind of a small little camera. I don't know. I'm curious to see if it says RTSP, but will it just, I know I had that little previous junk camera that Sonoff had. Maybe they pulled up the nose on it, but I don't know. Yeah, the lunar eclipse thing, I know my wife I think I heard the door. She was going outside to go mess around with stuff on it. So, what else we doing? I ain't got much else. I know we just probably the most information you got was probably weather stuff. Dr. Z would share. I think I remember somebody doing way back, I may have been him, where they did, it wasn't his first time, they did a they actually had the sound in the actual production video of like his production Wi-Fi. So that was kind of funny. So, what else y'all got? I've been kind of out of touch on all things I didn't see, but even I think it comes from, I think the worst part was he did his HA upload on GitHub and left it like for a good 24 hours. And it was his secrets file, the everything. And it came to be a joke that he was putting his Wi-Fi on some of his streams and stuff. And I think that was way back. I haven't seen what he's been doing lately. So, I guess last but not least is that's pretty much, Matt, the one that is CC 2652 based. That's the bee's knees one. I thought I would have time last week, but I didn't. But this is kind of, eventually I will move over my current digiblur.com website. This will be kind of the quick news thing, and I'll have the news of like, I'm trying to move some of my articles over and stuff, but some of them are kind of screwy at trying to move things over. And I had Moogle, I'll probably screw his name up, Moogle Troupe or Troppy, or how you want to say it. He'll rag on me later. He did an awesome job helping moving this stuff over and get this kind of set up. But I don't have much in there yet. I will eventually. And like some of my stuff in here, putting stuff in here for like, different, I have so much stuff in like different notepads and everything and different things. So I wanted to kind of put it in a spot. So this was kind of my deal of like ESP32 flashing and stuff. I know some of it's has on Tasmodo.com, but I like some of this quicker and jump in and go get it. I have my new device procedure. Hey, what's up, HAV Ball? Thanks for joining us. And I don't have anything in Zigbee stuff yet. I know. Let's see. I'm putting up some of the different light switches I do, and I know as well as Caleb did a write-up on, which is pretty cool, this smart ambience light. And so there's kind of, it's cool. It automatically will jump and do all the like little jump points and stuff or things on here. But this is kind of like my basis of my little website for now. So, you've been editing streams for him. Okay. Yeah, I think it was all. I'm hoping he's changed his Wi-Fi stuff by now. So, oh, cool. Yeah, I do love those Treat Life fan switches. I think it's still the is it the Isamo Life ones that they still come? I think the single packs still come ESP8266, I believe. Yeah, Isamo Life. Is it a fan or something like that? Let's see. Is it? No. Let's just go. Oh, I'll throw it out there right quick. This other one got too much to put stuff on. The other one uses Docusaurus, I think, and I haven't had much time to devote to it. Oh, a credit card. Wow. Oh, what was the one he put his phone number, and then people started texting him. I remember somebody was doing the where they were texting him or something, put his phone number or something. So, yeah, Isamo Life. I think these surprisingly are still ESP8266 on them. So, okay, cool. It's kind of hard to find ones that are still ESP8266, but I've got probably 4 of them installed, and I probably don't. I don't use the. I do use the fan part because it's 4-speed fan. But on most of them, the dimming, I actually are using device groups with actual smart bulbs or smart downlights. But so you still have that same control. But I think I have one that actually has a load and controls those bulbs. So yeah, so that's pretty cool that they have the the page that my little template thing it's currently just like that's just the dev one right there. I linked. It will get moved to the digiblur.com, and that'll be like where I'll post like my news and stuff, and then it'll have this bar up on the top where like you can jump to things if you want to. So, and it'll just be like stuff that I find that relevant for like, hey, I know a lot of people have issues installing Zigbee to MQTT, so I'll probably just have like some documentation that I keep up to date. And if someone else wants to edit the page, they can as well. So, Isamo Life, not to be confused with the Pure Dick one. I'm missing a question. I know you said, how does the Sonoff Zigbee compare to the Tube Zigbee? I would say that they're both. It's really going to be about the interface. So but they're both Texas Instruments CC2652, so they're going to be the same. It's really down to the interface you want. Whether you want Ethernet, Wi-Fi, potentially that would be like Plan C, Ethernet or USB. Pros and cons of whether you want Ethernet or USB. I know it's a little easier for some trying to pass through those ports and stuff, but you are adding in another chain, like going through a switch or whatever. So, let's see. Yeah, it's well. Harry, the newer Sonoff Zigbee Bridge. It's not. I don't have it in frame. Look, let's just I'll pull the photo up that I did of it earlier. It's now CC 2652, as you can see. This is the newer version. It is, as you can see here, it is ESP32. I haven't flashed it yet, so. Oh, cool. Thank you, HAV Ball. Yeah, it's the Home Assistant stuff is a big rabbit hole of things, but it's a fun rabbit hole. Lutron, I have never used Lutron. That's not the one that they folded shop, was it? Or was that Lutron? Or was that another company? Oh, Insteon. I'm confusing them. That was Insteon. I haven't used the Lutron stuff. I'll say for the majority of things that I'm using in my home is probably going to be vast majority of my smart switches and bulbs are going to be Tasmota based. And I do have some Zigbee stuff. Let's see if I can find my Zigbee to MQTT. And now I got in my attic temperature sensor died for some reason. I'm sure the battery is gone in it finally. Yeah, that's probably kept me away from Lutron. Is too expensive for me. Let's see. So I'm actually using for my production network that Sonoff Zigbee that coordinator CC2652 via USB. So yeah, and I've got like a dimmer of some stuff, some other dimmers, some SingLED plugs, motion sensors. I have a vast majority, just like Lenkind door sensors, some toilet leak. There's my Aquaria outdoor. There's a temperature sensor. It's conky. It's actually sitting right here. So I've got a bunch of Zigbee stuff. So a couple of little bulbs, some motion sensors. I kind of like. I do still like the ESP based AM3, ESP like ESP Home or Tasmota with the AM312 motion sensor for mains power. You just can't beat that. But for sometimes the simplicity of just dropping a Zigbee motion sensor in somewhere is just really, cool. Don't want more stuff on my Wi-Fi. How much stuff do you have on your Wi-Fi? Oh, the floodlight, Kevin. Actually, I have it's a BR30. I want to say it was, I think it's Lenkind, I think it was. It was a Zigbee based, it was not Wi-Fi. They had I don't know if they still have it. But it's just a color temperature, yeah, it's just a bulb. It was just a screw-in bulb, and I bet you that's not Zigbee though. Yeah, it's just a screw-in bulb with color temperature. Let's see. The patio. Yeah, it's just a color. It's just a color temperature floodlight. The power stays on to my floods all the time. And then actually there's 3 floodlights and there's one switch. That's probably kind of typical. I see is like floodlights on the front of the house and floodlights on the back will be on a switch inside. Well, that switch just stays on all the time. And so I just have smart bulbs in there, and those cycle on and off. And they, they route, so it has route outside, so it can pick up temperature sensors or whatever. But you laugh. I'm going to say about stuff on your Wi-Fi I think I've got, talking to Anish, I've got 96 Tasmodo devices on my network right now, and I've been cutting back on ESP Home because unless it's ESP32, ESP Home 8266 has been so freaking buggy, and I've had so many issues. So yeah, I'm about to go look at the clips myself. So yeah, I've got 2 access points right now, I believe, but I don't have any issues with 2.4 gigahertz. Look at Seth picking up on the keyboard. So that's the last. Now look, what's his Quicksilver got me into buying that keyboard, and it's been pretty great. My son's jealous of it. So was it Keychron or something? Was it? It's the full, I think it's the C2. Yeah. Is it the C2? I think it's one of these. Let's see. Hold up. I pull up my orders off the screen, right? Before I say what it is. That's what I'm looking for in my order history. I didn't want you to see me buying all my dongles and other toys, so can't have all that. Yeah, it's just I don't know why I didn't do that. Yeah, so it is the C2. And it's pretty decent. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on it. I mean, I've seen people like spend like $150 on keyboards, and I didn't want to spend that much money on a keyboard, and that was just. But I wanted something that was pretty decent, and so this one was like, I think this one was like, yeah, this was $60, and I think I went with the brown switches on it. So great little keyboard. It's got, I didn't need RGB stuff, but it does have white lights on it. I guess I should have paired up that Sonoff camera, but wait, I got a way to do it. Hold up. Hold on. We'll pull up the camera. Right? Look at that. So, get off of there. I don't ever use this phone for that. So when you do type on it, let's see if I can get somewhere. So I do have the like light. It has white lights, but then you can cycle through them. And my son comes in here and always pushes the button. And I'm like, dude, put it back. And you can cycle through a bunch of different stuff. I think it's distracting, especially that one. But I have it where when you type, I think it just shows in like that area. So, which is pretty cool. No, there's no that was one of my requirements. I did not want to load software. I did not want to load junk on it and everything. and it just had regular keycaps. You can pop out the switches. The price was like it was. I wanted full keyboard because I'm used to 10 key. I know some people are not, but I'm used to 10 key. I used to cashier when in high school, so but I didn't want to load any stupid drivers or anything. It does, the only thing you have on it, it has a switch whether you want Mac or Windows, and it just popped in. It has USB-C on it. I don't want to unplug it, but it comes with like a braided keyboard cable. Yeah, look, there it is. Yeah, so there's the Windows, Mac, Android, iOS toggle switch, and it is USB-C. It does have USB-C to a USB-A wire for you if you don't want to do USB-C to C. So, and then it comes even with a keyboard puller. So you want to pull the caps and change the caps from Mac to Windows. So, yeah, I tried that Logitech one before, and I even paid like over 120. I ended up returning it. It just, all the RGB software was buggy, and I had problems with it. I haven't had any issues with this. So, and it was for a pretty killer price. And I know you can order it off of their website as well. I know some people, I don't know if they do international on other Amazons, but they've got a bunch of different ones over there on Keychron. So you can get them off of their website as well with different options and stuff. So, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. So that was Quicksilver on my Discord helped me out with that, and so that's his. I didn't say blame, but I like the. That was a couple things I didn't want. I didn't want wireless. I didn't want to deal with batteries because they would die. They would die during a live stream or something else important. And I just wanted a wired keyboard. I don't walk around with my keyboard. I didn't need the RGB stuff, but the little white glow is kind of nice. So, yeah, it was a pretty good. I'm happy with it, Seth. I can't really. I would say the only complaint, if I had to, was and you can order one if you want, is like a keyboard rest, for your wrists, I guess, for help with carpal tunnel crap. But that would be about it. But I guess you could put, because you can see it just ends, so there's just a keyboard there. So, and but you change the caps. This is way screwing me up because it's got a delay. You can change the caps. I think it comes with the iOS ones, and then I left this one orange, and that was the button for changing the. That's how you toggle the different white lights. I think they do have an RGB one, but I didn't need the RGB. So, but it even lights up under the black one. So I think they've got a couple different ones for like when you type. But I kind of prefer, like I say, on the per key one. I think that's what it was. Yeah. The cable? I don't know. They should say. Yeah, they had they even have a cool retro looking one if you want. Somebody probably beat me to it. It just says A to C cable. I don't remember how long it was. It was. I don't have any problem. I mean, it's probably, I would say, at least 3 to 4 feet, if not more. My computer is like behind my desk, way on the other side by the walls, and I didn't have any issues plugging it in. So, but that's about it on my keyboard. And no, I didn't pay Seth to say that, by the way. So. What else we got? We got going on. Probably about it. It's 10:30 for me, and I gotta be up in about 6 hours. So, what else? Did I miss any other questions before we jump out? I got 9 more minutes at most. If you got questions, let's hear them. We might have answers. That was Zigbee network mapping. That is in Zigbee to MQTT. Where was that at? And one of my things. Ooh, smart lock. Ugh. I haven't. Yeah, Zigbee to MQTT has. I know ZHA has it as well. I don't have a ZHA one set up, but really just hit map in here in Zigbee to MQTT, and it pulls up. Adding routers. Okay. Yeah, the ZHA has it as well, but yeah. So if you're, it's right there and it's boom. And I'm doing some stuff because I have been. The documentation kind of sucks, so I am doing because I need to do it for that person anyway. Is on that little machine, the little Dell little i3 machine. I do have a Zigbee stick in it, and I will do. But I was trying to do with super. I know I don't run supervisor, but I know a lot of people do. No hate on that if you do, and I am going through the new supervisor, and I had some issues. And I was like, you know what? This would be a good idea to document this, because the documentation kind of sucks for some people, and just make it easy for some installs. So, smart lock. I have not gotten into the smart locks. If I did, I don't have Z-Wave, and I don't think I'm going to jump into Z-Wave again anytime soon because of some issues I had. And I really don't feel the need I need to jump into it. I know there's a lot of Z-Wave locks, but there's some Zigbee locks out there, but I don't have any experience with them. If I did a Zigbee, I mean, if I did a lock, it probably would have. It definitely would not be a Wi-Fi lock for me. I'm not. That's a negative. I can do any cloud locks for me. That's a massive negative. The best mouse. I'm not picky on the mouse. I've been using just a little simple, as you can see, it's very well used. A little simple little Logitech one. So yeah, I could probably see that the Bluetooth, especially if they're doing encryption and whatever with Bluetooth, that you're required to have your phone unlocked. I can definitely see the security being there. So, Zappy, yeah, I think it was you talking about that damn Tempest thing, that Tempest weather station that we got off on there. Yeah, I just haven't jumped into the whole. I have a lock that Eufy sent me, and it's got a camera in it, but then it's cloud and it's Wi-Fi. I'm just like, I'm not want to really put it on the house. I haven't done anything with it. And Wise has that Bluetooth one, but I haven't done anything with it yet. So, but I don't know. I'm just kind of very skeptical to get into the whole smart lock thing. And I know some people are like, well, I don't want a key or whatever, but yeah, I do get it. So we just haven't jumped into it. Yeah, Sledge for AW. See, that's gonna be a no-go for me. I definitely gotta have local stuff. I do like the idea of the Bluetooth one. Ooh. And see, the really one thing I would like to have is just I would want in Home Assistant the ability. I don't really need the ability to lock. I would say rare. I need to unlock or lock them, but it's mainly I want to see, is the door locked? Yes or no. I would like to see that. So, quick set conversion lock kit. Oh, okay, you converted it. Okay. Oh, okay. So I knew someone had posted in Discord about the Quickset Zigbee. I would probably do those, and that would be the big thing for me, is knowing that the door is locked. And the reason why I have an outside door across, we call it the shop, and it'd be awesome that if I could do an automation where if I set the alarm and it would go, hey, you know, you left the door unlocked in the shop. Do you want to lock it or something? Or go ahead and lock it for me. That would be great. So, yeah, because I already drive a bunch of stuff off of, like when I set the alarm at night, it turns on a bunch of automations for motion lighting and turns down stuff. And it also, like when we turn the alarm, it closes some blinds, etc. So, I know y'all probably gonna really kill me, but I've been liking these. Where are they at? I don't know if you've seen them yet, but Third Reality, they are expensive. Third Reality makes some Zigbee blinds, and I got some video of it. I haven't thrown them together yet, but I'm actually, if this tells you something, they sent me one, and I'm wanting to buy about 2 or 3 more. That's about probably all I can, my budget can take for them. But they're pretty slick on the way the blinds go. So, but yeah, I know there's cheaper alternatives, but these are Zigbee and they're battery powered. I don't have to run wires to them. And if you get a chance, go check them out. They have a bunch of different sizes, but of course you're gonna pay for them on blinds. So yeah, I did check my Lowe's when they had those Allen Roth blinds. None. They just didn't have them in my area. So the simplicity of these, though, I have them in Zigbee to MQTT, and I don't know if I can see if I have them in there. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, so they do have, you can set the position on them and stuff. So it's nice. I have some stuff like set them 50% or whatever, and it's just the simplicity of it. So my ultimate thing would be to run some hard lines eventually to do motorized with like MQTT and not be Zigbee or anything like that. Be a lot cheaper, I would think. So, but you pay for simplicity for sure. If you want something you just throw up there, like it only took me like a couple minutes to throw up, and that's why I'm like, man, it's so simple and ready to go. But definitely not DIYs or out the box. So what are we posting on here? Sir, good enough. Oh, the door pin lock. Ah, okay. Yep. I'll have to check that one out. Okay, so you'll be on doing, you got a bunch of those blinds left, huh? Yes, the Martin Jerry dimmers, as far as I know, are they? I haven't looked in a while. The Martin Jerry. Eventually, I'll do the pull request to have them in Zigbee to MQTT. As far as I know, yes, they do have the. These are still ESP8266. They are still flashable, and so you can do them whatever ESP Home or Tasmota, whatever you want to do, and still kind of my go-to dimmer. So. Great little dimmers. And you heard it here. I've probably mentioned it in Discord a couple times. I don't know if they're going to do a different name, but I'll kind of keep hold of that. Martin Jerry, I bug them a lot. But they are going to do some pre-flashed stuff with ESP. I'm trying to get them to do ESP32 as well. So. Oh, there's one other thing. If you get a chance on Cloud Free Shop, they have that motion light switch. He did mention in Discord that they're changing from ESP, but he was able to get them. I haven't heard more confirmation, but he is going to get them to do ESP32C3s in those motion light switches, which is pretty cool because then you can do all the cool Bluetooth stuff as well. So that's pretty cool that he's able to. I don't know if he has those in stock anymore. Oh yeah, there it is. A motion. More stock arriving late May. So I have a perfect installation down my hallway that I want to try to put that on there. So. Oh, so they've changed. That's good that they've done those sleeves, Matt, on because I know that was one thing that had some light bleed on some of those LEDs. So didn't have much to talk about tonight. Spewing information. It's like I feel like I'm trying to just sell y'all on crap all the time. So but I'm just trying to get some of the cheap stuff out there, and I'll keep you posted on what I end up doing with the Sonoff Zigbee Pro with this 2652. But I will have to say, if you got a choice, go with that Tubes Zigbee or that USB one. So that'll about do it. If you get bored, hang out with us in Discord, and eventually Nightbot will come wake up and post the Discord link. There we go. But other than that, I appreciate y'all hanging out, and y'all have a good week, and we'll see you around. Appreciate it. Let's see if we can figure this. If I have this set up right. I don't know what I even have in my ending video. I need to put some new ones in there. Watch it be the same thing. You know that drill. Smash that button down there, and y'all take care.